Macedonia, a territory in northern Greece that now often gets overlooked, was at one point one of the most powerful empires in the world, home to some of the most formidable forces and greatest generals ever. This is the Macedonian Empire. Before the 4th century, Macedonia, or Macedon, was a small kingdom with powerful neighbors, like Athens, Sparta, and Thebes. But King Philip II of Macedon wanted more for Macedonia. In 338 BC, Philip tried making a large state named the League of Corinth, or Hellenic League, with himself as the commander-in-chief. But before he could set foot on Persian ground, King Philip was assassinated. Alexander began his reign by killing everyone who opposed him. After Philip died, many states like Sparta and Athens seceded from the League. When Alexander heard this, despite his advisors telling him otherwise, he gathered 3,000 men and rode to battle. Many states surrendered or hesitated to attack when they saw his army approaching. Alexander pardoned everyone who was involved with the uprisings. At Corinth, the capital of the League, Alexander was named commander-in-chief for the upcoming war against Persia. Alexander couldn't trust that his northern neighbors wouldn't attack, so before setting off to Persia, he went to the Balkans. He started by crushing the independent Thracians and then the Tribalian army. Alexander launched a surprise attack on the Getae tribe and pushed them back, taking their city. Whilst Alexander was doing all this, rumors in Thebes and Athens spread that Alexander had died, and that pushed them into revolt for a second time. Alexander went straight into action and advanced his troops through Greece. Most of the states gave up once again on seeing his army, but some did not. The states that did not were destroyed and divided. Now, having secured his land in Greece, Alexander was ready to go off to Persia. So in 334 BC, Alexander went with 42,000 men to finally attack Persia. Alexander crossed the Dardanelles to Persia, and although this took a long time, Persia chose to ignore it. Throughout the beginning of the invasion, Persia refused to pose a threat to Alexander, not believing that he would be a problem. Eventually, Persia gathered an army led by a man named Memnon. In May of 334 BC, the first large-scale battle happened. This is today known as the Battle of the Grantius River. Battles near rivers helped Alexander because the Persian chariots could not move through mud, although his phalanxes could. The battle was ultimately a Macedonian victory. In fact, every battle that Alexander the Great fought in personally was a victory for him, proving that Alexander deserved the title Alexander the Great.